Say, what's cracking, everybody? On today's video, I'm taking a look at a system called Lyra OS. Lyra OS is based on OpenSUSE and it uses the GNOME desktop environment. This is going to be my first time ever seeing this system, so it'll be a first for us, and we're going to check it out and see what it has to offer. Of course, as usual, I do my videos looking at these systems as if I was a new user. And this is not going to be any different. That's how I'm going to look at this system. Unless there's something special on here, we'll be looking at the desktop environment, see what applications come installed, and get a feel for the system and see how it pans out for new users. The website right here will be in the video description, so therefore if you want to take a look at it, you can. You can read up on it and see everything that's offered by Lyra OS. Okay, so let's go ahead and load this up in a virtual machine and take a look. I am here still in New Jersey, and today is my last day. I'll be flying out in the morning, and I should be back at home in California tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll say like in the evening or something like that. So hopefully everything will go back to normal soon. So I am still recording in a hotel room, and I am only on my laptop. So I want to apologize for my audio issues. I can only work with what I have. But with that said, let's go ahead and head on over to the virtual machine and take a look at Lyra OS. I don't know what installer it's going to use, so we're going to check it out together. Okay, and we are here now on the virtual machine. As you can see, it automatically pops up with the installer. So I don't know what installer this is, and we're going to take a look at it together and get the system going. All right, so this is Lyra OS, and it is an alpha. It's an alpha 4. So you guys should know that. So, I guess being that it is an alpha, we can probably expect some weirdness going on, but we'll see. Let's give it a shot. Let's go ahead and get it installed, and we'll see what Lyra OS has to offer. So right here, we're going to click on continue, and we're going to select our language. English United States is selected by default, so we'll click on continue. All right, time zone. Can I click on here? Does it allow me to? Can I do anything? Probably not. All right, let's just go through here. Look for, you know what? I should have probably left it where it was, but typically I do America, Los Angeles. All right, so let's see. Regional preview. Yeah, that's fine. Click on continue. All right, what's this right here? Keyboard layout. We're going to go with English US. Click on continue. All right, the user here is going to be LinuxHub. Always has, always will be. Device name, I'll leave the default, Lyra OS. And then it says it wants at least 8 characters for the password. So, all right, and then I'll repeat that password. Okay, that's done. Click on continue. All right, we have some options for swap. So I'll go ahead and I'll give it a swap. It looks like it's going to give it an 8 GB swap. So if you don't want swap, you would select no swap. But in my case, I'll select swap because there are advantages to having swap. And as far as the disk detected, your disk will show up here. So you would have to select the correct disk and get it installed. So I'm going to select this since I'm on a virtual machine. This is the only drive that's on here. All right, let's see. Data that will be erased during installation. It's giving you the info, letting you know that it's going to be erased. Okay, so all that's left here now is to click on Install Lyra OS. All right, and the installation is now underway. So I'll go ahead and I'll pause the video, and when we come back, we'll take a look at Lyra OS. And the system is now fully installed, and we are rebooted into the desktop. This is a customized GNOME desktop environment. And again, this is based on OpenSUSE. And my first impressions is that it looks pretty cool. Something different, you know what I mean? Get to look at a lot of KDE and, it's like repetitive. Although the latest versions of KDE I've looked at, they all have been, a little bit customized. And it's the same right here. This is the GNOME desktop environment, and it is customized, and it looks pretty good. And for the most part, it feels so good. I'm hoping to see a welcome screen, but it looks like we don't get a welcome screen, so let's get right to the business. All right, so we have a panel on top, and this panel is customized. You have your standard GNOME system tray right here, so if you click on it, it's going to give you your power options, volume controls, and a few settings right here. And in the middle, we have a date and time. Clicking on it, it's going to open up your notifications along with a calendar. And then right here, a little bit slightly to the left, we have a search. So you can do search right here. And this, what is this right here? I'm not getting the tooltip, so if I click on it, let's see, we got source code, report an issue, Vega, and about. And next to that, we have, looks like a file manager system right here. So you can open up your folders from right here. It's pretty cool. And then next to that, what usually is your activities button, in this case, it's a menu. It's a more standardized menu. So if you click on each topic right here, you can see it shows you basically what's in there. Let's see. Well, let me start from the beginning. We have education, graphics, internet, multimedia, office, settings, system, and utilities. So it doesn't look like we get the launchpad like you get on a regular GNOME system. So it's a more standardized menu. But you know what? Let me go back in here. Let's go into the settings, and let's go ahead and open up the settings. What I want to do here is I want to fix my display. So I want to set up a 1920 by 1080 display, and we can do that from right here. Click on it, apply, and then we're going to keep the changes. Now we have a proper screen resolution, as you can see right here. And again, I got to say, while I'm working with the system, everything is feeling very good. Everything is working awesome. And yeah, everything seems to be in tip-top shape here. All right, so we do have a dock right here. Right off the bat, see we have Firefox as our web browser. We got files, which is going to be our file manager. We got LibreOffice and Lyra Vega. I don't know what Lyra Vega is. We'll test it out. And then we have Beam. I don't know what Beam is. We have Sulafat. Yeah, it looks like Sulafat. It looks like it's a terminal, but we'll see. Then we have a trash icon. And then I believe this is going to launch the launchpad. Click on it. Yeah, it does launch the launchpad. That's what you would see, you know, on a typical GNOME system. All right, so let's start off from the top. Let's check out Firefox. Click on it. All right, get it from this window right here. Let's see. This is a open source version of Firefox. So let me check out and see what version we're using here. All right, extended support release. So it is Firefox ESR, and it is version 140.13. All right, below that we have a file manager. So, you know, Nautilus. I think Nautilus is just renamed to files. So, you know, it's a file manager. Whatever you need to do as far as your folders or your files, you can get it all through here. If you want to see your hidden files, you do Control H on your keyboard. That'll bring up your hidden files. If you want to hide them again, Control H. All right, below that we have LibreOffice. LibreOffice is the most Office program used on Linux, and there's nothing different here. If we go to the About, it is 25.2. And below LibreOffice, we have Lyra Vega. So let's see what this is. This is going to be something new to me, so it looks like it's probably some type of, well, you know, instead of guessing, let's just see what it is. We have some tabs right here on the left. We have dashboard, we have software, we have backup, and we have an AI assistant. Then you got hardware and kernel, date and time, customization, system monitor, we got storage, network and firewall, Bluetooth, services, users, and system log. So this virtual machine right here, I gave it 16 gigabytes of memory. So let's see if we can test out this AI assistant. So it says, hello, I can explain the system status and help with tasks in Lyra Vega. Set up a provider and your key below to get started. Okay, so I don't know about a key below. Do I just type it here? I'll just type hello. Let's see if anything happens right here. It does say right here, no key configured for Anthropic. So I don't know if you have to have some type of special key in order to use this AI. So that's something to consider, I would guess right there. But not seeing. So there's a button right here that says settings and credentials. So let me click on that. Got Anthropic. Let's try OpenAI, see what happens with this. But you do need a API key, so you would have to, I guess, open up OpenAI or whatever one of these modules you need, and you have to get a key, and you set up the key, and then probably that will work for you to start chatting. All right, so okay, all right, so that was Lyra Vega. Now below that we have Beam. Let's click on Beam and see what Beam is. Nenhuma conexión. Crea a primera conexión para comunicar. I guess it's some type of chat. It is in Portuguese, but yeah, I guess it's a chat box. Let me see if there's an about. Sobre o Beam. Yeah, this is the about. LyraOS 1.0.1. All right, and then we have this terminal right here, Sulafats. Is it a terminal? Is it not a terminal? It looks like a terminal. Let's see, no open sessions. Select the host in the sidebar or use quick connection. So there are no hosts right here. We'll click on quick connection. I'm just gonna close this. So some type of, I don't know if this is for connecting to a SSH session or not. It has an icon as a terminal, so I'm not really too sure. But let me see what happens when I click on this new button. Let me see. This is grayed out. I don't know why it's grayed out. Let me scroll down. Yeah, this is grayed out right here. So, all right. If anybody knows what this is right here, what exactly it is, because I'm just guessing here, please let us know in the comments. That way we can know more clearly what it is I'm opening up here. All right. And then, of course, we got the trash can right here. So, whenever you delete something, it should go here before you can permanently delete it. All right, so let's go back to this applications. Let's see if there's anything special under education. There's just LibreOffice. Under graphics, you have an image viewer. So if you want GIMP or something like Krita, you would have to install it. Under internet, let's see, we have Beam, Firefox, and Sulafat. Then multimedia, you have VLC and a camera. And Office, we're gonna have LibreOffice and Fina. Let's see, under settings, what do we have? Lyra Vega, print settings, and then under system, we have console and terminal and another disk usage analyzer. All right, let's see, do we have any type of software manager? So I'm not seeing it. Let me check Launchpad, and let's see, is there any type of software manager? I know with OpenSUSE, things are a little different. Let me try this Fina right here, since I don't know what it is. Let's see, Fina. I'm not really sure what this is, but it's definitely not a software manager. At least it doesn't look like one. Looks like it has something to do with currency. It's probably a currency translator or something like that. So let me go ahead and close that. All right, on this Lyra Vega, was there some type of there is a button right here that says software. So we can search. Let's see, let's try to search right here. Let's try to search for GIMP. Okay, now let me hit on search. See if we find anything right here. Okay, let's see. It did find a lot of stuff right here, but let's see. GNU image manipulation program. And it did find it from FlatHub. So if I click on it, what does it do? Selects it. Okay, so from right here, I click on install. Give it my password, authenticate. Okay, so it is going to install GIMP from FlatHub. Okay, it's been like 5 minutes and we're still stuck on this 15%. So I don't know if this is crashed out or what's going on with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and close this, and I'll go ahead and close this program right here. So let's go ahead and open up a terminal. So let's go into System and let's open up a terminal. All right, so with OpenSUSE, I think you have to use Zypper. So we're going to try Zypper here. But first, since we got the Fast Fetch, Neo Fetch opened up right here, let's take a look right here. As you can see, the OS is Lyra OS. On the virtual machine, the kernel it's using is 6.12. It comes with 1,264 packages from RPM. It uses the bash shell, and we are on GNOME. GNOME on Wayland. Okay, so let's try to use this terminal and see if we get GNOME, not GNOME, but GIMP installed. So we're going to type sudo Zypper with 2 P's install, and let's try GIMP. See what happens right here. All right, I'll hit enter. Let's see, it looks like it's retrieving stuff, so let's see what's going on. All right, it's asking us about a key or trust always. So R, what is R for? What is T? Do you want to reject the key, trust temporarily, or trust always? Let's go with always. Okay, let's see. It's installing some repo stuff. Let's see, it did find GIMP. So we'll just confirm it. Okay, there is some errors here. So something returned error 404. Looks like we got a couple of them, but let's see if we get the system actually installed, because it's still going. It hasn't stopped. Okay, it looks like it did install, so let's go ahead and check it out and see if it's installed. So I'll go ahead and close the terminal, open up applications, go to graphics, and booyah, now we have GIMP. So sudo Zypper install is the key right here. As far as that FlatHub installer that they use under this, what is this right here? Lyra Vega. That one was taking way too long. So, you know, the terminal is going to be your best bet. So let's see, what version of GIMP did it actually install? Let's go to the about. It is 3.0.8. All right, so I don't know if that's a deal breaker for you or not, but the only thing we got an issue with on this entire system is just with the installer, the FlatHub installer. Everything else works as it should work. So it is a good working system. It feels good. Everything feels snappy. Nothing feels like it's lagging. So I gotta say, this system right here, it is highly recommendable. You know, it looks pretty good. It feels pretty good, and you know, it's Linux. It does what you need it to do. So I gotta say, but yeah, I would highly recommend this. It is a good working system. All right, you guys, so if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video on Lyra OS, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, by all means, give it a thumbs down. It's all fair game here on LinuxHub Prime. And I'm